Welcome back. This is Aquarium Hacks by Marcus. So as you can tell from the title, I'm not for sure how I'm going to title it, whether it's going to be Aquarium Hacks by Marcus or Aquarium Hacks Keep On Hacking. I think I kind of like the latter one better. But anyway, this is going to be my last video for a while. Me and my wife have got a lot of things we have to do this spring and summer, like remodeling our house, and we're going to go on vacation. And so I just wanted to just let you guys know about that, and that I have 100% enjoyed this journey. We talked about different kind of things on this, many different kind of hacks videos, such as the hack video of sponge filters, lids, cleaning equipment, reviewing products, talking about fish, talking about the cycle, talking about ammonia, talking about ammonium, all those kind of things, all those kind of contents we have talked about here on Aquarium Hacks. Lots of hacks. And so keep on doing things that keep yourself interested in the hobby. It's kind of like if you need to manually, it's good to look at your fish tank, but you can get bored of just looking at a fish tank. You're not doing nothing to it. So get your hands in that fish tank. Do a water change, feed them, manually, not just with an automatic feeder unless you're on vacation or something like that. It's kind of like a treadmill or riding an exercise bike. A lot of people will keep up that type of exercise as long as they can go outside, walk or run, or ride their bike outside. Usually when it's on the equipment is on the inside of your house, exercise bike or treadmill, it ends up being a coat rack, because our minds are continually learning and we're continuing to grow in our knowledge, and so the mind has to continue to be activated. So what I'm trying to say is, don't let your fish tanks become a coat rack. Don't put your equipment or don't put your clothes on your fish tank, but keep yourself interested in the hobby. And also, I'm going to encourage you to watch knowledgeable videos. Sadly, there are some videos that are on YouTube, and for the most part, sadly, and I'm trying to put it in a respectful way, but sadly, you have people that are making fish content, because you're there, right, to get the knowledge about aquarium and aquarium fish and stuff like that, or hacks or whatever. But sadly, a lot of these people will get all these views because of the type of clothing that they're wearing, sadly. Whether it's tight, or really it's revealing, or whatever it may be. And they might not hardly know nothing about the hobby, but yet they get all these views because of what they're wearing. And so I want you to be a little bit leery about those kind of videos. There are people that are very knowledgeable in this hobby, such as Father Fish. He's got a lot of knowledge in the hobby. Rachel O'Leary. I'm glad to see her back, because she has a lot of knowledge in the hobby. Corey from Aquarium Co-op. You have Primetime Aquatics, the podcast, Jason and John. They're both very knowledgeable. Alex Fishery is extremely knowledgeable in the hobby. And so, and of course, the king of DIY, Joey, is very knowledgeable. So I can name a lot of people who are knowledgeable in the hobby, men and women, who don't have to go through those kind of things just to get people to view their videos. So they got the knowledge, they know what they're talking about. And there's videos such as this one, who are not very people who are not very good with the camera, like myself, but have a lot of knowledge as well. They're not as tech savvy as many of these other contents, and I understand being, knowing how to work your camera and stuff like that is very important. But just don't skip those videos, because those videos have a lot of knowledge too. So get knowledge in the hobby, understand how to take care of a aquarium, and please, and it's up to you, whatever you want to do, but watch content with people who knows what they're talking about, not just because of what they're wearing, is what I'm trying to say. So definitely check out those contents. I think you can learn a lot from those kind of contents. But right now, let's view and talk about the few tanks that I have. So I'm going to start the video on each one, and then we'll view my aquariums for a second. Now here's, of course, my 125/127 gallon tank, the acrylic tank, Lake Tanganyika mix. And as you can see here, this tank is doing very well. I don't have my shell dwellers in here anymore because they are in a separate tank. But in this tank, you're going to find, of course, different kind of fish in it. A lot of them are from Lake Tanganyika or Tanganyika. This is a mixed tank. And I found out that, and I've actually known it for years, honestly, that when you do mix fish from different regions, do make sure that they are able to get along with your fish that you're mixing them with, and that the environment fits them, so that everybody can actually live in that in environment. Such as these dwarf neon rainbow fish, on a normal, people would say not to mix them with Lake Tanganyika, with cichlids, but it works very good in my case and has always worked good in my case. And it seems like you got these two calvises. When you mix fish that are the same, especially cichlids, they seem to not get along with each other so much or so well. So sometimes they can run into problems. So even mixing fish from different regions, sometimes it can actually become a more peaceful tank than mixing a lot of the fish, a lot of fish from the same region, or at least the same species of fish, shall I say that. Sometimes that you can run into problems like that sometimes. And so just do your research on that. I just want to show you guys too that rock that I've coated with epoxy resin. I use, of course, art resin, and it's in a tank, and now it is growing algae on it, and it's starting to look more like a natural tank. And so you can even see a red-eye tetra over there, right? I had bought them just for an experiment, and I ended up throwing them in this tank, and they are now doing just fine. So, it works very, very, very well. So I just wanted to give those little pointers out to you. I'm not going to go over everything in these tanks, but I just wanted to show these tanks before I stop my videos for a little while. So let's stop this video, and then we'll view the next tank. So here's my next tank here. This is, and I got a little algae going on here, so I'll probably end up cleaning this glass here very soon. But this is my 8-gallon / 10-gallon Nano tank, which is doing very, very well. This one is where Mr. Pebbles the Better used to live, but he has passed on away, and now the only fish I have in here is 3 pendant cories, a host of shrimp of different, just a lot of shrimp. I got one of mono shrimp in here, and a lot of different snails, and it's full of plants. And so I don't, believe it or not, I don't do any water changes to this tank anymore. I just let the water level drop and fill up the water, and I have to do some filter work about once every 2 or 3 weeks, because the filter does get quite clogged up because of all the plant matter and stuff floating around here. I need to clean glasses, actually starting to get algae for the first time that I've ever seen. There's, just to let you guys know, there's a guy that's on YouTube who talks about father fish, and he talks about all the deep substrate thing, and it doesn't work. Well, I'm here to tell you I haven't changed the water in this in several months, and so as far as doing a water change, an actual water change, so the guy with that kind of content that's talking this stuff, has he been around as long as father fish doing it this way? No, he has not. And so it does work, but you can't just have a ton of fish in the tank. But it works for me because I have a few fish, shrimp, and snails. And so it works really, really, really well for me. So, boom, there it is. Proof positive that it does indeed work. So let's stop the video. Let's go back to the next one. So here you have my shell dweller tank. Look at them here as they come up. And then, boom, go down, right? Up. Boom, go down. So that's kind of neat to have a Lake Tanganyika tank. This is a species only tank, which is kind of neat to have a species only tank, 40-gallon breeder, with mainly just multifasciates in this tank. And of course I got snails in this tank as well. I do have some golden pothos here that I am growing in the tank, which is doing very well at the moment. And also I've got some jungle valve back here in the background, and I threw a little bit of guppy grass in a corner over there. Now, I don't suggest with the Seachem title that you get floating plants. And the only reason I got guppy grass in here because I got it stuffed in a corner where it don't move. because sadly the Seachem Title, even though it's as great of a filter as it is just not really made for floating things, floating plants, because it gets caught up in that little, I guess you call it a little skimmer or whatever it is, but it sucks up those plants and it really clogs the filter up pretty bad and it kills the plants. So even though it's a great filter, it's just not really good for that kind of content. But I'm loving this tank, and I'm looking forward in the next 6 to 8 months. Hopefully when I come back on, you will start to see little babies that they had in this tank. So I'm looking forward to growing those guys out. Okay, so we're going to get the camera back on me. So those were my tanks, and I just wanted to talk about them a little bit again before I get off of camera here. But it's been wonderful and fun being here on YouTube. Like I said years ago, I wasn't going to do this kind of stuff, but my wife talked me into it. I'm glad that I am doing the videos, and I'm thankful, and I'm glad about the subscribers that I do have, and I hope that you can learn something from the videos that I have put out, as well as everyone else's who have knowledgeable videos and that they put out as well. So yeah, this is going to be my last video for a while, but just one last little tip that I want to give you, besides the Seachem tip and floating plants, is substrate. The type of substrate that you get can really benefit you too. This is Quick Creek. Sorry about the video keep stopping, but this is Quick Creek sand. As you can see here, this is Quick Creek sand, all-purpose sand that you get from Lowe's or maybe the Home Depot. I believe they sell all-purpose sand. Brown sand is really good sand, excellent for growing plants, excellent for cichlids. It's just an excellent sand all the way around. It is dirty, and you will have to wash it very well. But I've talked about substrate before, expensive substrate and cheaper substrate, but this stuff is really good. I used it before in times past in my 75-gallon Planet tank, and I grew plants like something crazy with it. I mean, I really did. So you can mix this probably with some food filter sand if you want to, but I would just try it alone by itself, well washed out. You will be surprised how well you can probably grow plants with just maybe a couple root tabs in there using this stuff. I just wanted to throw it out. The Quick Creek all-purpose sand, it's a medium grade sand with small pebbles. It's just excellent for growing plants and just excellent for overall any kind of tank. It's cheap, 50-pound bags. I think they're only like $5 or $6 right now at Lowe's. You just really can't beat it. Just trying to save you money, and that's what my videos were about. They are about saving you money so that you can keep on hacking, right? And so I have enjoyed the journey. Hopefully I'll be back later on in the year, and we can have some fun then. But until I come back, hey, enjoy the videos, enjoy the content, and don't forget these words. Keep on hacking. Guys, have a great day.